In today's lesson, we are going to learn how to make this really pretty slanted stitch. It is a lot easier than it looks. It's only made up of a chain stitch, a single crochet and double crochet. And if you can make those stitches, you can make this blanket. It can also be used to make a scarf. You can incorporate it into a bag, and I'm sure you would find a lot more items to use this stitch pattern for. So stay tuned and let's get started on the lesson. This is only about 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters, and it is going to Project Halo. For you guys that don't know, Project Halo was started by Laura a few months ago. Unfortunately, after losing her son at 20 weeks into her pregnancy. She's started a Facebook page and an organisation called Project Halo after her son, so that other mothers who go through this terrible time in their lives, mothers and fathers I should say, who are going through this terrible time, are going to have something to wrap their baby in, or their angel baby, their baby that doesn't make it. They've got something nice to wrap their baby in. We are also making little teeny tiny hats to go with it as well. If you would like more information, you can go to the Project Halo Facebook page, or if you don't have Facebook, feel free to email me. My email address will be in the video description, and if you want to find out more about how you can help with that project. If you don't live in Australia, I am sure a hospital near you would appreciate crocheted items or knitted items that will help out these families in their great time of need. So let's get started with the lesson. This pattern is in multiples of 4. And then we add an extra 5 chains to the end. And what that means is when we make our chain, we do 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is it wide enough? No, it's not. So we want to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is it wide enough? What are you making it for? Is it going to be a scarf or a blanket? It's not wide enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it wide enough? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's just say this is wide enough. I'm going to use this just for demo purposes. Is this wide enough? Are you making a scarf? Yes. You've done enough chains? No. Keep going in lots of 4. Then we want to add 5. So you can put your finger on that last chain that we made, not the one on the loop, the one before. Don't have to, but you can if you want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because it was a multiple 4 plus 5. And now we want to do 3 double crochets into the 5th chain from the hook. So you can count back, or it's this one that we've put our finger on. So if we're counting back, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going into that chain and we're working 3 more double crochets. So that's 1, 2, that's into the same chain space, and 3. We've got 1, 2, 3, and then this is the chains that we skipped at the beginning. What we want to do now is miss 3 chains. So going back down the bottom here, but this is the one we've just gone into. So just here. So missing 1, 2 and 3. We're going into the next one, and we're working a single crochet, so it's skipping 1, 2, 3 into the next one. We're going to do a single crochet, and chaining 3, and back down into that same chain space here we're going to work 3 double crochets. So going back into the same space we just worked our single crochet in, working 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. And now we want to skip 3 chains, so that's worked into that one, 1, 2, 3, going into the 4th one with a single crochet, chaining 3, and working 3 double crochets back down into that same space that we just did our single crochet into. So it should start to look like this, and what it does is it will be sort of like little bumps. We want to repeat this all the way to the end, so it's skipping 3, 1, 2, 3 into our 4th, working single crochet, a chain 3 and 3 double crochets into the same space, and repeat this all the way until we get near the end. When we get to the end you will have 4 chains left, 1, 2, 3 and 4. In our last chain and in every last stitch when we come to the end, all we do is work just 1 double crochet, so wrapping your yarn over, going into that last stitch. Doesn't matter which row we're on, we always just do 1 double crochet, and what this does will give you a nice straight edge and it won't be all bumpy. If you don't do that last one just like that, it will go out of shape and you'll probably end up adding stitches and it will come out completely wrong. Now what we want to do, normally I chain 3 and then turn. On this one you want to turn it and then you want to do your chain, because you've got to work into your chain. So our next row, and from now on we just repeat this row exactly the same until your item is big enough. What we want to do is chain 4. So we want it this way before we chain, because we want the chains facing us. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. May need to turn it just a little bit, and what we're going to do, we're going to work 3 double crochets into the 4th chain, and we're not going to count this one on our hook. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We're going to go into that chain space, try and go under 2 loops if you can. If you can't, it's not, critical to do that. And we want to work our 3 double crochets into that same chain space. So that's 2 and 3. Sorry guys, I keep falling off the screen there. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and your 4th one is just this little gap here, and that gap there is where you're going to be working into when you come back on the next row. So now, let me make sure this is around the right way before I start. From now on we're going to be working into the space that's here. So what you do is you skip the 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to be working into this gap here. So that was down here when I previous row, it was a single crochet then a chain 3. This is the gap that it creates. So we're still working single crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochets, but now we're working into this last gap here, and we're working along there. So going into the gap with the hook, we're going to work a single crochet, chain 3, and then 3 double crochets into the same space there. And this stitch is the same all the way throughout this pattern. So there we go. So let's just do a few more before we have a look, see what it looks like. Going across to that last space, so we've skipped the 3 stitches there, going into here with a single crochet, chain 3, working into there, we're working 3 double crochets. So let's see what it looks like now. So when it's laying straight, it won't lay straight at first because you've only got a couple of rows. When it lays straight, it looks like this, and you've still got the V's or the bumps at the top. You will know if you've done it wrong, and if you forget that chain 3, I will do it now and I'll show you what it looks like. It won't look right when you look back at it. So going into the space here, don't do this part, I'm just showing you a mistake. If you forget your chain 3, this is what it will look like. And when you lay it flat, you will notice that it doesn't have that straight side. It looks completely wrong. If you don't notice, you'll probably find out when you go to the next row and you go to crochet into it. So it does pay just to look back, just to make sure that you've done it right. Every couple of stitches, or every set of these, every, say, 3 or 4, just have a quick look back, make sure you've done it right, because there's nothing worse than going back and having to rip out the whole last row that you've just done. So I'm going to take that out, complete it as normal, how it should be done, and then we've got 3 more lots to do, and then our last stitch up the end there. So it's going into that space we've created there with a single crochet, a chain 3, and 3 double crochets into that same space there. There we go. Next space, we want to work our single crochet, chain 3, and our 3 double crochets. Starting to warm up here in Australia. It's nearly the end of winter. We're having an absolutely beautiful day today. It's like about 25 degrees outside. It's quite warm for this time of year. You might have heard that fly that just flew past. They start coming out when the weather starts to get warmer. They're quite annoying because they're very loud. So that's single crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochets into that space. And after this one, I am up to my last one. So what we want to do is in that last space, last gap, where you'd normally work is one single crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochets, we're not going to do that. We are just going to do 1 double crochet. So just wrapping your yarn, going into that last space, and working your double crochet stitch. And what that does, like I said before, keeps the edges of your scarf or your blanket or afghan, whatever you're making, your bag, whichever, it'll make those straight sides there. So there we go. Starting to look really cool. And this looks absolutely fantastic when you change colour on each row. because it will make each stitch stand out, or each set of stitches, because this row here the stitches are facing that way. On the next row here they're facing that way, so that'll actually stand out when you change colours. Now I've got one here that I've done, and I haven't sewn in my ends, so excuse the mess. My hook is still attached, and I've changed changed colours. I did 2 rows of cream and then 1 row of the variegated there. I didn't have enough of this variegated to change each row. I had lots of cream and not so much of that, so I couldn't change it all the time. This is quite a thick yarn. I should have used a thicker hook, a bigger hook with this yarn so that it was not so tight. But as you can see there, the stitches go that way and these ones go that way. So mix up your colours, see what you can come up with. Don't forget to share your creations on our Facebook page. Please go over there and join us. There's over 800 people. It's a great place to stay up to date with the latest videos and ideas that are coming about. Don't forget to rate my video and please subscribe, because there will be plenty of more videos coming along. I am trying to make 1 video tutorial a week, so there will be plenty of videos for you guys to watch. Until next time, happy crochet. So when you have finished that second row, you repeat that again, and that is your stitch pattern throughout your project. Thank you for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to rate and comment, and please subscribe. Until next time, happy crochet.